And once again, I welcome you to Interfaith Spiritual Center. We are not here by chance. We are here by divine appointment. And for our viewing audience, if you've tuned in at this moment, this message is for you. Our theme for the month has been the art of being. To live and move and have our being and that knowingness that the one life, which I choose to call God's life, it doesn't matter what name we put on our higher power. But to know that which is within us is greater than that which resides in the world, of conditions that show up, appearances, and effects. It's all part of the energy. So when we come together to acknowledge the art of being and giving way to abundance, that there is this power for good in the universe, and we are using it. And as we tap in to this energy field, it is responding to us in the way that we respond to it. The universe is very impersonal. It's no respecter of persons. It doesn't care how many awards you've got or how great you've been. It only responds in a mechanical way to the energy that we put into it. Now, there is also a loving presence in the universe. Love points the way, and law makes the way possible. The laws of the universe. So as we open, as we let go and let God do what God does best by means of us, that we are a perfect channel of this expression. And that we are opening to this energy. And as you know, I returned on Thursday night. Robert Roy picked me up, and Friday I was unpacking, and when you've been away for 10 days, there's a lot to do and a lot of things that await that are on the desk. And I have a gated, my home is gated, and I heard the bell. And I was in a conversation with Father Ida in Africa. And so I'm in this long-distance call. Somebody's just leaning on the doorbell, from the street, because on my post and I can hear it in the house. So I say, I'm on long distance to Africa. Who's going to come up with that, right? I mean, this is too good. You can't make this stuff up. So he says, I just need your attention for one moment. I saw your angels in the yard and in front of the gate, and I'm a veteran, and I'm in dire need of help. So I said, just, wait a moment, please. I'm still in my nightgown. I've just gotten in. And I'm talking to Father Ida, and, we conclude, and I hang up, and I put my robe on, and I said, he goes, I have a picture of myself, and my name is Orlando, and I'm a veteran, and my car broke down, and I have a family, and he was very articulate. And I was moved. So he said, I just need $20 and I'll do work. And I said, I just got in from New York. I've got so much to do. Let me just give you the $20. And so I went in, I got the $20, and I put it in his hand. And he had this little picture of himself, the veteran. And I just said, this is just a moment in your life. This too shall pass. This is seed money for you. And I knew that he was sincere. We can always tell when someone needs another beer. In fact, lately I've been seeing, will work for beer. And, on the signs. So this was totally and completely sincere. And we had this moment. And I thought, he is my Christ in distressing disguise. Anyone who's going to lean on the bell from the street, to get my attention. And I had the front door open because it was so cold in New York, and I was just basking, in the warmer weather, even though it was a nice contrast to wear warmer clothes and all my hats. But, it's so nice to feel our bones being warm. So I had the front door open. And when I went inside, I absolutely knew that there had been a transmission of energy here. And he said, I saw the angels at your gate, and I felt safe to ring you. And I do have angels at my gate, guardians, energetically. that puts a message out to the universe. And I was so moved. Do not be afraid to entertain strangers, the psalmist tells us. Lest you what? Entertain angels unaware. I felt he was my angel. That he created a space for me to receive. Because true abundance is the measure of our inner peace. It's not chasing the carrot outside of ourselves, trying to accumulate and accumulate and accumulate. It's not even those moments of need. And it's when we are in need that we need to give the most, to create a space, to lubricate the law of attraction energy and the law of circulation and the law of correspondence that is going to come our way. We need to create a space for that and to give joyfully. I loved it when I read Eckhart Tolle in a Universe magazine, something like that. And he said that when he was at his lowest ebb and he had no money and was sitting on park benches. Now remember, this is the New York Times best-selling author of The Power of Now, A New Earth, all of these things. On Oprah and, all the things that he's done. And he was sitting on a park bench, and he said, I had like $5 to my name. I saw a casino. And I thought, okay, God, I'm going to give up this work if I get the sign to give it up, or I'm going to continue this work if I get a sign, which means if I win, right? So he said, I went in and I took the whole $4, whatever it was, and I placed a bet. The dice of God are always loaded. That's what Emerson told us, right? And he won $1,000. And that was his sign that he was going to continue his spiritual work. Otherwise, the power of now, the new earth, all the interviews and the healing work he's done would not be. He took a calculated risk. And through that calculated risk, the dice of God were loaded. And that he went forth doing his spiritual work. There was a gal that wrote a book called Happy Money. She said she discovered that through a friend that she would take $5 bills and she would put Post-it notes on them, and she'd go through, she said, I went through the grocery store and I put it in a carton of eggs saying, to give is to receive. This is your lucky day. And she would put money, and she said, I put it in the Help Wanted ads in the newspaper. I just stuck with the little Post-it. I hope you find exactly what you're looking for. And all these little inspirational sayings on Post-its, and she did this 5 times a week. And she said her abundance started flowing so magnificently that she started giving to causes and giving to her spiritual center and giving because she had created the space to receive. And she said, it must be anonymous. And you can't peek around the corner to see their expression on their face when they read their little Post-it. You have to let go and let God do what God does best. And through this activity, this amazing activity, she prospered. She's writing books. It's called Happy Money. And shares her little secret formula. Because when we give, we receive. And we receive the energy of the universe, pressed down, shaken together, and flowing over into every single area of our life. Give that you may receive, that your joy may be full. So it's not about giving to be recognized. It's about giving to a purpose larger than ourselves, creating a space to receive. Make way for abundance is to feel energetically in every single area of our life, spiritually, that we are so grounded in the truth that nothing and no thing will disturb our peace of mind. And that when we look at those bills, and if we don't have enough money to cover the bills, to bless the bills, to call the creditors, to do what we need to do in that moment, because the universe also responds to integrity and being on purpose and seeing that all things work together for good to them that love and that to them that are in their spiritual integrity. So when we look at this and we open the space, it's not some, it's not a magic wand. We've got to do our work. We've got to make our gratitude list and to be grateful energetically for everything in our energy field. That we awoke this morning and we took our first conscious breath. I am grateful for that. And when we can begin to feel the gratitude of life, life responds to us in the same degree that we are responding to life. And that when I was in New York, it was really interesting because I heard a lot of very, very profound, moving stories about people and economics and what they're going through in the world, that I could sit and I could send out this spiritual energy. Because we become overwhelmed. We think, what can one person do? I'm only one person. What can I do? You can begin to heal yourself. You can begin to go within and feel the energy of the universe and your connection with every single being on the planet. Anyone who crosses our path is supposed to be there. Anyone. For that moment, for whatever it is that we need to learn and to grow and unfold. When we make way for abundance, we are making way for the energy of the universe to flow in. And many times it's cleaning up our space and giving gratitude and letting go of what no longer serves us in the space, mentally and emotionally and physically. To let it all go. And let me tell you, I'm only up here so you can see me. Because we're all in this thing called life together. There was somebody on Facebook and she was the biggest gossip in the congregation. It was just unreal, the stuff I'd hear. And she liked something I put on Facebook and shared it. And I said to Linda, I was trying to like it. I was trying so hard to like it. But I'm not there yet. I have further work to do. So we're all doing our work. Every single one of us. So when we start to play Holier Than Thou, oh yes. Oh, I just look at it all and I take it all in. And I just feel the oneness with all. But when someone's out there bad-mouthing you and saying all manner of unkind things and whatever, then it's you, right? So I did my own little treatment to wish her well on her path. Go with God and think, it's the go with God, but by all means go, energetically. So we all have work to do, every single one of us. And to have compassion, because I really helped this person amazingly and did a lot for this person and did not feel I deserved things, It's so interesting. That which we bless, we increase, and that which we curse, we increase. So I'm sure she misses us in our community. And so I just felt that I just needed to go within, and I'm doing my own work. And so to set ourselves up as these paragons of spirituality, when things come to us, it's an opportunity to grow and unfold. And I did laugh at myself. And then Reverend Linda said, I saw it too, and I didn't like it either. I still have further work to do as well. So, it's interesting. As long as we're here, are you here? We have work to do. We never arrive. We go to one, we're up here, I'm speaking to millions of people about peace and love and truth, and I can't even like somebody who's a big gossip and said untrue things. I can't like what she put on Facebook. And I'm laughing at myself because I see the irony in it. There is an irony. And energetically, when we can laugh at ourselves, we can heal ourselves. And when we can heal ourselves, we can heal others by our own healing. And that's why I'm in this way of life. And yes, I've attained a certain amount of mastery, and I'm very grateful. But I know that as long as I'm here, there will always be work to do. That to make way for abundance is, there's a stranger at the gate. And he's ringing my bell. And will I answer? Many times I hear the bell, I don't answer because I got so much going on in my life. But on this particular moment, I answered the call. It was the angel at the gate. Do not be afraid to entertain strangers, right? Lest you entertain angels unaware that everyone at our gate is an angel in some form to teach us. And I'm in public life, and believe me, I've heard it all about myself. And it isn't fun. because I feel like I'm a really good person and I do my very best, and I think I go over and above, what many ministers do, and on an energetic level. So when those things come up, it's an opportunity for me to go within and to feel more compassion and love. And when we open that space, who benefits? We do. We're doing it for ourselves, each and every one of us. So don't kid yourself. We do this for ourselves and the joy that we receive. And we give to someone because we're receiving joy and energy and aliveness. And that's why I love our way of life, because the dice of God are always loaded. And that when we need a sign and a symbol, the universe is there for us to bring it in. And when it brings it in, there is that angel at the gate. Will we answer? Will we answer the call? Will we hear the call? Are we too busy? And busy is a lower vibratory word. When we're involved and our lives are fulfilled, guess what? That expands. When we're busy, we devolve. So it's about evolving. It's about expanding our energy field. It's about opening the space to allow God to do what God does best, because each of us, we are each a channel of that living, beautiful power of God. Walt Whitman said it, didn't he? In the faces of men and women, I see God. And we connect in that energy. And we heal through that energy. And we embrace through that energy. So this morning, as I greet you with profound esteem and the acknowledgement that each and every one of us, we're making way for abundance. The abundance that brings the peace that passes all understanding, the peace of God. That's our ground of being. That's the measurement, the first measurement of abundance. And then we open, we give, and we receive. Ask, and ye shall receive. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and the door is opened unto you. And that does make all the difference. I love you. I'm so happy to be home. And I just go forth into this really beautiful time of Easter with just so much gratitude. And I know where we're going. Do you? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. And so it is.